Today's video is brought to you by loremaster.io, a brand new campaign organizer available right now to people who pledge to their Patreon using the link below. With a bunch of unique features like their story canvas, as well as an incredibly beautiful and intuitive UI, you will find everything you need to keep your campaign organized and every note within arm's reach. Check out loremaster.io using the link at the top of the description below the video. Thank you again for sponsoring this video. Howdy, my name is Nonat, and everybody loves animal companions. Whether you're a ranger, whether you're a druid, whether you just took the Beastmaster archetype, you love animal companions and we always want more options. Well, what if I told you right now that there were at least 4 additional options that you didn't know about for Pathfinder 2nd Edition Animal Companions? Well, there are, and the reason you probably have never heard of them is because none of them are found in any specific mechanical core books for the system. Instead, these options are found in everything from lore books to adventure paths, so let's take a look at these options and see what you're missing out on. Speaking of animal companions, I got a dog, and she thinks you should like the video right now, and if you haven't, you should subscribe. Because over 50% of people watching this video are not subscribed right now. And you don't want to make her upset, do you? She's so confused. Okay, go eat more peanut butter. Let's start off with the simplest additional option available to you, Indomitable Megafauna Animal Companions. This is found in the Lost Omens World Guide in the Realm of the Mammoth Lords section. What it says is that at your GM's discretion, any animal companion can be considered a megafauna version of itself at character creation or at companion creation. Let's start with the simplest new option available to you, megafauna minions and their Indomitable Advanced Companion option. Megafauna minions aren't any different than normal animal companions, except they are the prehistoric version of them. If you pick cat, then at your GM's discretion, you may be allowed to pick like a saber tooth instead. That would be considered a megafauna minion. Now the only real difference between megafauna and normal animal companions is that megafauna companions cannot become nimble advanced companions. Instead, they can only become savage or indomitable. Indomitable is basically the same as Savage. It still gets +3 bonus to damage, it still gets expert to athletics, but instead of getting +2 to strength, it gets +2 to constitution, and then +1 to strength instead of +1 to constitution like Savage. That's really the only difference. It's a slight distribution of stats to make them a little bit tankier, while a little bit less accurate and damaging. And that's it mechanically. Otherwise, it's just having a cool prehistoric companion instead of having a standard companion. But this is definitely the most simple hidden option available to you. Let's get a little more interesting. In Lost Omens Legends, we see that players can now take genie-touched companions. Now, these are rare, so your GM is going to need to give you permission in order to use them. This is another different advanced companion type. Rather than being nimble, savage, or indomitable, they become genie-touched and infused with elemental genie magic. Again here, we see Paizo's weird love of fire damage over other unique elemental types of damage. If you pick Ifriti, then the 3 bonus damage your companion deals from now on will be fire damage. But if you pick any other type of genie, the damage will just be the same as their normal unarmed strike. So you either get bonus fire damage or just bonus normal damage like every other animal companion. Also, a genie-touched companion gets +2 to wisdom instead of any other combat stat, which is here or there whether it's good or not. Now this part's a little weird to me. Depending on the element of genie you pick to infuse your animal companion with, they get an inherent damage resistance. But my dog is whining and making this very difficult to record. But these don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Sure, the Ifriti gives fire resist, I get that. But the Marid also gives water resistance, and the Shaitan gives electric resistance, and the Air Genie gives acid resistance? Shouldn't the Earth Elemental give acid resistance? If you picked air or fire, your companion becomes trained in athletics. If you picked water or earth, they become trained in acrobatics, and everything else is the same. Magical attacks when it comes to overcoming resistance, and their attacks do gain the elemental trait of the element you chose. The final big thing with Genie Touch companions is that when you specialize them, they each get a unique additional ability. Marine Touch companions get a 30-foot swim speed or plus 10 foot if they already had a swim speed. Their constitution modifier goes up by 1, and it can breathe underwater. Sorry if there's some weird cuts in here, I'm kind of on a time crunch with this video, and my dog is making it very difficult to do things in one take. She's still getting used to the place, we've only had her 2 weeks, so it's understandable. Shaitan Touch companions get some really cool features, namely ignoring greater difficult terrain if it comes from stone and the ability to run across liquid surfaces, provided it's mostly a ground-based surface like mud or quicksand. They also get that same bonus that dwarves do as a +2 to saves and DCs against being tripped or shoved. Oh, and their strength modifier goes up by 1. I don't think I mentioned this for the marine companions, but their constitution modifier goes up by 1. And as usual, Paizo just loves fire things. The Ifriti Touched companion gets an ability that if anybody ever grabs, grapples, attacks with an unarmed strike, or attacks with a melee weapon without reach, and they hit your animal companion, they take 2d6 fire damage. No save, just if they hit your companion, they take damage now and forever. The companion's dexterity modifier goes up by 1. Interestingly though, the Ifriti Touched companion's barding proficiency does not go up, rather their proficiency in unarmored defense goes up, so I believe that this companion will actually have slightly lower armor class than the others. They also get legendary proficiency in reflex saves? I'm sorry? And the Genie Touch companion makes it super fast, giving it a +20 foot speed boost to either its land speed or fly speed. Keep in mind, this does not give it a fly speed, it can just increase its fly speed. Acrobatics increase to master, and dexterity mod goes up by 1. It is also legendary in reflex saves and expert in unarmored proficiency. That's the word. I've only been playing this game for 2 years. I forgot the word proficiency. And those are Genie Touch companions, some really cool pieces of flavor for if you really want that flaming horse or that rock boar. I think it's really cool they added these in, and I want to see more. I need to see more specialized companions like this. The hard part is that they're not until mid to late game. Because Paizo's releasing these and making them replace the advanced animal companion, you can't start with an air cat. You can't start with a fire bear. I think that'd be really cool, and I'm not a big fan of the fact that you need to reach mid to late game just to randomly catch your companion on fire. I don't think they need to be stronger early game. I just think it'd be cool to have an option to have your bear deal some fire damage and normal damage, or even all fire damage right from the start, rather than having to wait for this kind of specialized advanced companion. But if you do want to talk about dealing fire damage from level 1, then my last hidden option might appeal to you. In the Fall of Plaguestone campaign, not giving any spoilers, there is a stat block for the only unique animal companion in the game. And this is something they released over a year and a half ago. Fall of Plaguestone was one of the first releases for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and go check out Archives of Nethys. The Fiery Leopard is the only unique animal companion in the game. More on that after we talk about it. First off, it's just a cat animal companion with some differences and new abilities. The attacks are going to be the same, the movement speeds are going to be the same, but let's look at what's different. First off, obviously, it's immune to fire, but also because it's made of fire, it is also weak to cold damage. Weakness 5, in fact. It has flaming attacks, meaning that all of its attacks deal 1 bonus fire damage on top of the normal damage. That's what I'm talking about. When I was talking about the Genie Touched at low levels, that's what I'm talking about. 1 fire damage, and this increases to 1d4 when they become nimble or savage. This is already amazing. That 1 damage can trigger weaknesses, and sometimes that's all you need to turn a tough fight into a joke. Another awesome ability is Fiery Pelt. If a creature starts its turn grappled by the fiery leopard, they take 1d4 fire damage, just straight up. And if they attempt to grapple it, they also take 1d4 fire damage. This means you could build a fiery leopard companion to be a grapple machine that just holds people down, bites them, and burns them on their turn. Isn't that freaking cool? And the final other difference is Burning Glow. Of course, it's a leopard on fire. It gives 10 feet of light and a -2 penalty to stealth checks because, it's on fire. And that's it. That is the only differences it has compared to the normal cat companion. My big question is, why aren't there more of these? Why aren't there more unique or augmented animal companions? Where is the different bear? Where is the different treant companion? Where is the different boar? Give us more of these, Paizo, please, because it's not like that much better than the cat. It's technically 1 damage better plus the grapple thing. I think it could be balanced in a way that this should replace something. Maybe when you release an augmented animal companion, it has a different advanced maneuver to give it more flavor, but I want more of these. Give us new options for existing companions. You don't even need to give us more additional companions. No, we don't need different types of animals. Give us new bats, give us new snakes, give us new crocodiles that rangers, druids, and beastmasters can use to add that flavor to their character. This is what I want to see, more unique companions. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you like these optional companions? Do you think they're a little too cryptic and hidden away from people who might be interested in them? Do you want to see more unique companions like the fiery leopard? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. And before I let you go, don't you click away. Do not forget that we are collecting emails for Sinclair's Library, a Kickstarter for Pathfinder 2e, where we are going to be releasing 2 unique books, one for the players and one for the GM. You don't want to miss it, so use the link in the description to check out that and get on the mailing list. Also, shout out to Loremaster.io for sponsoring this video. Go check them out at the top of the description to check out an amazing campaign manager. That is it for me. I'm gonna go play with my dog because they would not stop whining the entire time I was trying to record this. You guys are amazing. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, no nat ones. Okay, I'm coming, girl.